Hey Govax here. So, one of my worst fears for Madden is true. Playmaker Chem is making a return to Madden 20. We will talk about that in a little bit. First, I want to talk about abilities in general and what one of the MUT devs talked about on Twitter today and give my thoughts on the whole topic of the tweet he put out. So Twitter is a great tool. I'm not going to sell you on Twitter. You know what Twitter is. You can follow me there. Follow Jake, Clint, Kralo. I'll put their stuff in the description. They are great feedback sources for gameplay for Clint, MUT for Jake, and everything for Kralo. So follow them. Follow me if you like. It's America. Do it if you want to. Otherwise, don't. Jake put out today on Twitter, the MUT, one of the leads for MUT. One thing we're leaning pretty heavily towards is not having the top-end superstar abilities such as Hot Route Master, Protected, and Pass Rush Elite available in MUT at launch. How would that make you feel? We feel ratings overall should justify the special abilities. So he didn't include Playmaker as one of their top-end superstar abilities, strangely, as it's probably one of the most overpowered things they have in their game. So that's strange, but that's, for later. So you can see my vote. I think it's okay. And it's too early, and I think they can wait to put it on higher overall cards. Now, why do I think this? I think at the beginning of the game, in my opinion, stats matter more. Early on in the game, let's say Lamar Jackson versus Tom Brady. Lamar Jackson early on in the game, because of his accuracy stats in MUT, will barely be able to hit the broadside of a barn, whereas Tom Brady will be much more accurate. Now, you can go like the more like hybrid types, like the Steve Young, Aaron Rodgers, if Steve's there at the beginning of the game or not, or, kind of the runner. So, on one hand, why you want them there early is to balance out and to help Tom Brady early. The thing is, I don't think Tom Brady needs as much help early on in the game, being that dominant of a quarterback, being that effective as a quarterback as he does later in the game, once these cards reach the thresholds that they all act the same, right? Like, beginning all the way up, like mid-game, late game, when Lamar starts getting better and better cards, he starts hitting those thresholds. Like we saw that Vic, what was it, around December, the Steve Young in December. Those all started to hit those thresholds, all started to kind of hit it, and then Brady became irrelevant. So if we give like Brady's second card, maybe once he hits 94, 95 overall, that card, these abilities, then that makes them stand out from the improviser type of quarterbacks, the Youngs. So he can have those powerful stuff like Protected, Hot Route Master, which allows you to make 4 hot routes before making adjustments. Like this year we have 2 for Conductor. We get 4 next year. So waiting on that and making him different later in the year is fine, because oftentimes these ability chems override cards and their ability to make plays. He mentioned specifically the defensive line pass rush elite ability. Now, if a defensive lineman comes out and launches that pass rush elite ability basically makes him god tier right away, what's the point of getting a later card of his if he's already got that ability on his first card? What's the point of updating? Isn't that a lot of our problems with the game this late in the year? After a certain point, these cards no longer need to be upgraded. We no longer, like after Super Bowl-ish, Thanksgiving came out and Lawrence Taylor had 99 power move. Okay? He was endgame at that point. You did not need to upgrade him anymore. Now, did that Thanksgiving Lawrence Taylor deserve Pass Rush Elite, or was that too early? I guess that depends completely on how much you play the game and how late into the year you play it. Now, ideally, these top-end chemistries would maybe come a little later, because I do play the game a little bit longer than most, but I think Thanksgiving might be early enough. For some of them, right? Because I went back and looked at Madden 18 for a few of these chemistries. We'll just take a look at the improviser stuff. What Jake said to me for the Playmaker. So me and him got into a little talk. I asked, what about Playmaker? He says, which one? Which means to me there's going to be more than one. I don't know why mine is at first, but the QB version mentioned the pre-order blog. What I talked about in my previous video. Currently that is in the game. So QBs will be able to make the Playmaker to whatever receiver they want by scrambling or not even scrambling, just kind of flicking it, and they immediately psychologically link, and he sprints wherever the quarterback wants him to go. It's an improviser QB at 95 overall, 95 awareness. Now I searched for this on Mudhead. When did we get this? So the everybody gets Playmaker happens about Ghost of Madden. He had 95 overall, 95 awareness with the Steve Young type, who was the person mentioned in the blog as the guy who you're getting it based off of. So, Ghost of Madden, a few months into it, that's okay. I mean, we play the game through the Super Bowl. Most of us, the biggest population for Madden, for MUT, happens at the Super Bowl. And then it, dies off right after that as the football season is over. Sorry, Gut Fox after the fact. I gotta make this clear. I don't want Playmaker Chem in this game at all next year. Playmaker itself is fine, but please don't include it in MUT. I just want to state that unequivocally, as I don't know if I hit that hard enough during the video. Flat out, get it gone. If it has to be in here, bring it in fucking June. I don't care. But do not put it in during the bulk of the season. All right, let's carry on. Jake Stein actually responded to your boy Savage on another content topic. Where was it? There needs to be something to do after the NFL season over to look forward to. This was the best tweet. The all caps is definitely stimulating. I think we have a good plan in place to help experiences later in the year. Now, whether this is the new game mode, whether it is cards can get over 100 stats, we don't know. So that is a very titillating type of sentence. I love it. I really hope they do look at the game after that. But back to the abilities. Back to the thing off the top. What do you guys think? Let me know. Obviously, go vote in this poll. Like I said, I'll link his Twitter, sorry, in the description. And so there's another thing me and Tex were talking about in the DMs where he's going to put out a video tomorrow on it, and if we should be able to chem up the abilities to get that certain threshold. Like if you know how Tom Brady on launch, whether he's at like, I don't know, 93 awareness and then you're able to chem up to 95, should you be able to put the ability chem on him now at that point? I think they're going to go with no next year, and it's due to technology limitations of power-ups. They did it where you can't chem up a player to an ability level this year. I imagine it's going to carry forward next year because they're going to keep a lot of the same power-up system. We see training points and pre-orders are already there, so we know that's coming back. But that's another thing to talk about. In my opinion, I think it's fine. I don't know Tex's opinion. I think is leaning the other way, so definitely listen to his and his reasons why. On his channel, he's coming back for Madden 20 content. Thank God. It's been a long summer without Tex. But yeah, so in the end, I'm for it. I think it'll help differentiate the early Tom from the later Tom, the early cards from the later cards, the pass rush specialist. And you can argue that because these chems come out, a lot of cards play alike. And you can say that too. Like, obviously, stats are the big differentiator between cards. They need to be. The problem is the thresholds, and ideally we eliminate thresholds and make cards just get better overall, and then the ones that go over 100, they keep getting better, of course. But they have been unable to do that and get past the thresholds, or we get the chemistry to kind of take them up to 99 through it. So whether they have changes to chemistry next year, we're not able to stat boost our guys up as high as we were able to, or there's something else going on here that I don't know to help differentiate these players. I know they know about it. I know that's been a major focus for them, and I for one have been excited about that. So we'll see what other ones they classify as top-end superstar abilities, because we don't know all the superstar abilities. We just saw new ones in the pre-order, so I hope they got a bunch more for us as they come out. Maybe 50 of them or so. Yeah, I'm excited about 20. I hope this makes 20 great. Again, let me know what you guys think. And thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.